H. Miller Field in the Cy and Betty Kimball Press Box at Brigham Young University for this afternoon's opening game of the 5A Baseball Championship. On KSL Sports Rewind, our coverage is presented by Tab Bank. And this afternoon's first matchup features the Olympus Titans taking on the Brighton Bengals in a Salt Lake County rivalry showdown to kick off this opener in the bracket. And with my broadcast partner, Wilson Gustafson, Alexander Timberlake joining you from the Kimball Press Box here at BYU. Wilson, it's finally a makeup for you. Last year you get the rain delay, as it were. You didn't get to do it last year with us, but now here you are this year calling the games with us. Glad to have you along for the ride. What intrigues you the most about not only this matchup, but also the 4 matchups we've got all day? Because this is some top tier talent we're going to be watching this afternoon across all 8 teams.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, seriously, for this first game, both of these teams are coming off a hot series at Super Regionals, and I'm just excited to see how things are going to play out here. Got a little wind carrying out, so we'll see if how we're going to really kind of hit anyone out. But we're just going to see what happens here as things start to ramp up. But no, I'm really excited to see how these matches play out today.
And Wilson, these 2 teams, as you said, coming off 2-0 series sweeps. Of course, the Bengals, Brighton outscoring Northridge 17-2 over 2 games. And then the
that's
Titans
dominant.
Put up 10 runs both times against Woods Cross last week. These 2 teams are red hot coming into this game. We'll have the starting lineups presented by Tab Bank here in just a few seconds. After the first pitch of the game comes down, and it's inside for ball 1. We are off and running this afternoon. That's the last bit of absolute knowledge we're going to have for a while. As that one is on the bottom half of the plate for a strike. Our umpires today, Lyle Mangum's calling the balls and strikes. He's the crew chief behind home plate. Jacob Dunn's up the line to right field going to first. Bill Seibert is going up the left field line to third base as that pitch is outside, 2 balls and a strike. That pitch is lined down the right field line, foul.
Just a little behind on that one.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Here on the leadoff hitter for the Olympus Titans, Josh Stoll. Again, we'll have the starting lineups presented by Tab Bank coming up here after this pitch, or after this AB. 2-2 on the way, and that one is caught on and missed for strike 3.
Right there, just attacking the outside corner. Love what I'm seeing there.
Now it's time for the starting lineups presented by Tab Bank. Josh Stoll, who just struck out, leads off for Olympus. Kate Feltz at first, he bats second. Jack the Jet Evans is at third, he bats third. Andrew Morgan, Caden Lloyd, Max Rice line out that part of the order. 4, 5, 6 as this one is down the line into right field. That's going to be trouble. And a double for Kate Feltz.
Fantastic job by Kate Feltz. They're going the opposite way. I mean, it's obvious, right? Stoll was just up there, was way behind on a great adjustment there, was able to take it down the line for that double. That's huge.
And a 1-out double for Kate Feltz. As we said, Morgan, Lloyd, Rice, the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the order. Jackson Vandenacker, the DH. Josh Moore, Dre Moreno round out the order for the Olympus Titans. So runner on second, 1 out here in the top half of the first inning, no score. But the Titans already threatening as this pitch is on the corner.
Just missed outside there. Looks like Brighton's really been attacking that outside corner.
Jack Evans, who plays both football and baseball for the Titans, as that one is on the corner for a strike.
Love seeing the commitment to the fastball here. Just got roughed up for a double, but like not shaken, not stirred. Just attacking that outside corner.
That one is outside, 2 balls and a strike. And as you said, Wilson, Josh Mawhinney, the starter for Brighton, attacking that outside edge early on here. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. Just underway here this afternoon. Mawhinney has a look back at second, and the pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did, said home plate umpire Lyle Mangum, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got him with a check swing right there.
Looked like it just broke the plane of the plate. 2-2 on the way. This one tapped out in front of the mound, and the 3 unassisted put out by Miles Layton. Will get the runner going to first.
Now playing 24, Andrew Morgan.
And Andrew Morgan now with a runner on third, trying to bring home the runner.
But when he's still really, really trying to attack that outside corner, looks like to be a focus for him right here with his fastball. And Evan just barely got cut off the end there, chopped up, but enough to put the ball in play, move the runner.
Andrew Morgan, the catcher now. He chops one. This one back to the pitcher. Long throw to first. They got him. What a play by Mawhinney to get out of the inning.
Really interesting decision there by Morgan, diving head first into first base. I mean, personally, my take has always been you always want to run through. Always want to run through the bag. Really interesting decision there. I don't know if he would have been able to beat it out if he had gone to full speed, because obviously he's safe right there. They score a run, but I'm not interesting decision making there, but I respect it. He went for it, went all out, and just great play there by the pitcher.
So Wilson, as we didn't get a chance obviously to talk before the game started here. Apologies, folks. We were having some scoreboard issues, but it's resolved now. So no harm, no foul. As Brighton holds the Titans on the scoreboard. Wilson, what stands out to you the most about this Brighton team? Because we saw them last year in the 5A championship, and they were really built on that kind of power ball scheme. And you look at the lineup that they have: Jack Sava, Riley Brown's back, Cooper Scott's back, Easton Fry. You have River Schmidt, the transfer from Jordan, coming in here. Miles Layton, he can hit power ball as well. It seems like Mark Clevin has kind of retooled this roster to stick with that kind of power ball mentality, at least from what I saw.
Yeah, when it comes to tournaments like these, right, it's all about momentum. You have to keep building. So obviously they're coming off a big win at the Super Regionals, and what you want to see is them keep building on that, right? Pitching consistency, but you want to find a rhythm with your offense, right? So when you have a lot of weapons like this, you need your guys firing on all cylinders and playing consistent. Because when you're playing day after day, game after game, you can get tired, you can get fatigued, and you can start to make mistakes, right? So you want to make sure your hitters are disciplined, you're not chasing out of the zone, and you're really just trying to carry on the momentum that you've had from game to game.
Here comes Jack Saba, speaking of which, good friend of the show, Maze Madsen, of course. Maze and the Pioneers, of course, playing PG over at UVU in the opening round of the 6A baseball championship. Last we checked, they lead 5-1 in the top of the third. A lot of baseball left to play in that one as Saba swings and misses up high for strike one. Next pitch from Charlie Wank here. The starter is at the letters for a strike. So quickly 0-2 here on Jack Saba. We'll give you the Brighton lineup in just a second, which of course is presented by Tab Bank. 0-2. And a good waster up around the schnoz right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Saba's had a great season, hitting .354 and 107 plate appearances this season. Just love what you've seen from the leadoff hitter here.
Very experienced team the Brighton Bengals have, as this one is looped into left, and right on cue there's a base hit. And a leadoff single for Jack Saba, the shortstop.
That's some great hitting from Saba there. When he got 2 strikes on you, right, just trying to put the ball in play, and he saw that outside pitch, right, extends his hands, just barely gets it on enough for the barrel just to lift over the shortstop. Good hitting there, smart decision, smart discipline. Love to see it.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Case Beans. He'll be followed in the order by Riley Brown, the third baseman. And as we said, River Schmidt, the Jordan transfer, will be the DH. He'll back cleanup. We'll give you the rest of the lineup here in just a second. Charlie Wank here's first pitch is in the carpet for ball 1.
Misser with the off speed. Luckily, it was low and away there. If you hung that over the plate, it could have been trouble.
Easton Fry, J.C. Garza, Miles Layton, Nacho Price. The rest of the order for Mark Cleveland and the Bengals. That one is fouled straight back onto the screen.
Good pitch from Charlie there. Just missed it with the off speed. Came right back at him with the fastball, mixing up the timing. Able to get himself back into the count. Way to bounce back there after that mistake in the dirt.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody else. Saba, the leadoff runner, on first. And the check throw back to first, and back in is the shortstop, Saba. That one is ripped down the left field line, foul. Just a little bit out in front of that one was Beams, who was the starter, by the way, in Game 1 of the championship series last year. In that crazy game that saw Maple Mountain win 12-9, but they did so with only 8 hits. Brighton walked 17 batters in that game.
Wow.
1-2 pitch. This one is flown into center field. Treating back and making the catch on the top of the Y logo is Lloyd. Saba will trot back to first, and there's quickly one out here.
A good play there by Caden Lloyd. He was playing pretty shallow there, but made a good read on that ball, jumped right back, was able to track that thing down.
Here comes Riley Brown. 5 home runs on the season for Riley Brown. I should remind you, Easton Fry, number 25, coming up later in the order, the center fielder, the 6th man. He has 12 home runs. That's 3rd in the state. Saba takes off for second, and they are not going to get him as the pitch was high and inside. And a stolen base for Jack Saba.
I mean, that was great timing there for Saba to swipe that back, just because it seems like in all 3 at-bats here, Charlie's been really trying to attack, like land that off-speed pitch early. And with that long looping curveball, you got plenty of time to get a good jump on your way over to second base, and he just took advantage right there.
So Charlie Wank here in a bit of trouble here. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. That one is low and away, ball 2. Just after 12 o'clock local time here at Miller Field in Provo, Alexander Timilek alongside Wilson Gustafson. Josh Dodge manning the camera for us. Same trio as last year for the 6A baseball tournament, except no Ty Wilkins. This one is blasted into center field. Lloyd all the way over makes the catch. And he's able to hold that runner at first, at second base. What a great play by Caden Lloyd. 2 plays in a row. And there's 2 gone.
I was going to say another good play there. I was a little curious as to why he was playing it so shallow in, but I guess he's trying to catch those bloop singles just like that. And if he's able to have the speed and the quickness and ability to read those fly balls, why not play him shallow so he can pick off a bloop single like that? Potentially saving a run right there.
Here comes River Schmidt, the Jordan transfer. Mike Deere's first pitch to him is on the corner, but low and away, ball 1.
Looks pretty good. Just barely missed there on that outside corner.
A lot of these pitches, Wilson, as you said, have been toward that outside corner. A lot of these, or both of these pitchers, Lankier and Mawhinney, working with extreme caution as this one is grounded. Up the middle, base hit. Followed by the center fielder, Lloyd. Schmidt makes a hard turn at first. And a 2-out single for River Schmidt. And the Brighton Bengals crack the scoreboard first. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the first.
And Brighton's done a really good job. They've been, just like we were talking about earlier, right? They've been very disciplined at the plate, not making a lot of mistakes. They're laying off a lot of the junk and attacking the fastball. Anything over the heart of the play or anything really on that inside corner, done a really good job, making some hard contact like we just saw.
Shout out, of course, to Jordan head coach Chad Fife, who
And playing number 23,
I've taken
Scott.
or talked a lot about River Schmidt last year. Again, the transfer from Jordan, the DH, number 4 in the order today for head coach Mark Cleveland. 2 balls and no strikes now to count on the 5th man in the order, Cooper Scott, with Schmidt at first. This one gets through the wickets of the catcher, Andrew Morgan, and that's going to allow Schmidt to get to second. I believe that will go down as a wild pitch.
Wankier's really trying to work on that command for that curveball. Hasn't quite been landing for him quite yet. He's been missing up, been missing away, missing low right there. He's really going to need that pitch for his arsenal. He's going to dial in here.
That one is right there. As you said, Wilson, he's hitting his spots with the fastball, but the slow stuff, maybe you figure it's a little bit of nerves. Having a bit of time to figure out the stuff as this one is popped sky high in the air. Lloyd has been busy out there at center. It's going to dive right near the warning track, and that will conclude matters here in the first inning. But the Brighton Bengals score 1 on 2 base hits, no errors, and we go to the top half of inning number 2. The defending 5A runners-up in front 1-0 here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back to Miller Field here. Welcome back to Miller Field. Thank you, John Dodge, for getting that technical difficulty solved right there. 1-0 Brighton as we go to the top half of the second inning. Just a reminder, if any ball hits the roof at Miller Field, guess what, folks? We're bringing it back with a different sponsor this year. This is going to be it's going to be the Riverton Chevy Random Roof Ringer, presented, of course, by Riverton Chevy. And we'd also like to thank Town Bank, member FDIC, member, or proud sponsoring member, I should say, of our broadcast here on KSL Sports Rewind. Top of the second inning begins with Josh Mawhinney missing inside ball 1. In case you missed it, River Schmidt with an RBI single up the middle, making it 1-0 to the Brighton Bengals, as Mawhinney hits his spot there on the bottom half of the plate for strike 1.
But when he's looking really dialed in here, had a great first inning there. One slip with that double, but otherwise has been done a really good job attacking the strike zone with his fastball, not needing to lean on a lot of this off speed. Just barely missed there. But if he can dial in with the fastball, I mean, that's going to be huge for him, especially if he can save stuff in the tank for the rest of the tournament.
2-2 pitch. Just missed the corner. All 3, so the count goes full. We apologize for having some technical difficulties to kick off this game. Hopefully you all at home can hear me now on the microphone. 3-2 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 4. Doesn't matter anyway. Caden Lloyd will take his bag.
Number 6, Max Rice.
And up steps Max Rice. And if that name sounds familiar, it should to a lot of you who watched Rewind football earlier this year. He had a monster game against the Bountiful Redhawks. Down 22-0 in that game in the fourth quarter, led 3 scoring drives in less than 9 minutes. And a hard luck loss for the Titans. I mean, they really should have come out with the win in that game, but Bountiful, the eventual 5A champion, just too good for Olympus. But Rice was the engineer of that monster rally.
Love to see our 2-sport athletes out here, man.
There's quite a few of them out here today.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
There is quite a lot of them out there today.
It seems like baseball and football are 2 sports that have a lot of overlap, right? Like different times of the year. And baseball is kind of not quite as physically strenuous as football, where you aren't getting injured quite as much. But yeah, kind of fun seeing that overlap.
I was going to say, Wilson, all sports are physically strenuous, not just baseball and football.
Fair point. Yes, different parts of the body, I guess. We aren't tearing our UCLs and ligaments in football quite as much.
You still could. Yeah, but you still could if you're a quarterback for sure. I mean, anything that uses your arm, I feel like, would put your arm or elbow at risk there.
I mean, it's interesting just because, in football, you have guys like Kyler Murray, like Russell Wilson, who, and Bo Jackson, they played baseball and football, got drafted in both leagues. And it's interesting, especially the quarterbacks, right? Like Kyler, he was a pitcher.
Right,
and he but, the way he throws the football engages, his shoulder and, a lot of different parts of his body than baseball is so heavy on the elbow, just because, you're snapping that release. So really kind of interesting how that works out. And obviously Kyler went for the football route, but interesting seeing that overlap. Heck of an at-bat right here.
Yeah, this has been going a while. This is going to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat here for Max Rice.
Yeah, this is the first lefty that Mawini's seen today, and it's kind of changed up his approach just because he's been attacking that outside corner. Oh,
And right on cue, he strikes out.
just behind on that fastball, but it's true, like he's been attacking that outside corner for righties quite a bit, and so interesting how he's going to mix up his approach there, but great battle there by Mawini coming out on top.
That was a nearly 10-pitch AB right there for Max Rice. Jackson Vandenacker, the DH now, steps into the plate, and he got hit. So as the baseball gods give it, the baseball gods taketh away. And down to first goes Jackson Vandenacker. So 2 men on now with 2 out, or 1 out, excuse me, here in the top half of the second. Alexander Timolip, Wilson Gustafson at the Cy and Betty Kimball broadcast booth here at Larry H. Miller Field. 1-0 Brighton, our first game of the day in the opening round of the 5A baseball tournament. Out pitch inside and high for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, again, still attacking the outside corner there. Brighton's just not quite able to, Olympus not quite able to catch with that fastball this inning, but with runner-ons, it could be devastating if he's able to hit that right center gap.
1-1 pitch right there. Strike 2. Apologize, we're having some microphone difficulties here, so we're sharing one mic right now here in the broadcast booth. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Mawini has a look back at second, and the pitch. Got him!
Got him with the off speed there. Looks like a slider there from Mawini. He was able to keep it low in the zone, and just had Olympus timing totally off, way ahead of the pitch there. Great work.
4th strikeout already for Josh Mawini. So now up steps Josh Moore, the 8th man in the order, and he taps one to the right side. Gloved by Miles Layton. He'll step on the bag, and that concludes matters here in the second inning for Olympus as they're set down despite having runners on first and second. It is still 1-0 Brighton as we go to the bottom of inning number 2. I'd like to thank Burt Brothers for their sponsorship of the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the 5A and 6A baseball state championships. Alexander Timolip, Wilson Gustafson off of one mic here. We apologize for the technical difficulties we've been having. So we are sharing a mic currently until we can get this resolved here at BYU. And Wilson, I turn to you after that impressive first couple of innings here from starter Josh Mawini. 4 strikeouts in the 6 batters that he's faced.
Yeah, I mean, just from what I've seen so far, Mawini's done a really good job attacking the strike zone, right? He's not afraid to really go for it and like force hitters to challenge him. Done a really good job attacking that outside corner. And with his speed, everyone's been late on the ball, either fouling it away, and when he attacks with that slider down in the zone, just like at the right moment, it's been just enough to throw hitters off and get that strikeout pitch that he's looking for. Great work there.
And home plate umpire Lyle Mangum had to manually turn around and tell the booth here to cut off the music.
Miscommunication there happens.
This one is hit high in the air to left on the first pitch. And that one is squeezed out there by the left fielder, Josh Moore.
Yeah, bailed out a little bit there. He's been really trying to establish that curveball early on in the count. And he missed low and away a couple of times last inning, but hung that one right over the plate. Just got lucky that Brighton hit a little bit under it on that one.
Easton Fry, 12 home runs on the season. Hard not to be impressed by that. That's 3rd in the state. As J.C. Garza stands in and takes strike 1. 1-0. Bengals lead. It's one on the outside corner or low, ball 1. Just get the feeling we're going to be in the middle of a pitcher's duel here this afternoon here in Miller Park. 1-1 pitch. This is grounded foul past Mark Cleven up there at third base. Look out. Weather here at Provo is 52 degrees, but as you all could tell from the flag out in center field, it is blowing hard.
It is carrying out.
It is. Yeah, northwest at 14 miles per hour out towards center field, so that's going to help the hitters a lot of carry. 1-2 pitch is up high, 2-2.
Part of what surprised me so much last inning with Lloyd playing so shallow, seems like he's back there a little bit more, shaded a little bit more towards left, but with him so shallow and those fly balls picking up, I was surprised he's out there so far.
That ball there in the carpet, 3 balls and 2 strikes, so the count goes full here on the catcher, J.C. Garza. 3-2. Tip foul right back to the screen. We'll do it again. Charlie Wankier waits the 3-2. Ball 4.
Just with that curveball again, this time up a little bit high. Just can't quite dial in the location that he's looking for. Obviously, usually with a curveball, you want to keep it on that outside corner, or you want it away, out of the zone, or just barely hitting that inside pitch every now and then. But just not quite the location he's looking for. Misses it and gives up a walk there.
So a pinch hitter here, Easton Gustafson, will come to the plate.
Man after my own heart right there, my namesake.
Not the same spelling, Wilson. Come on now. This one is hit onto the roof. There she be, and there's our first Riverton Chevy random roof ringer of the day here at Miller Field. Anytime a ball hits the roof, we'll have a random factoid about the game of baseball. This one is ripped into the net. So quickly 2 strikes on Miles Layton actually up at the plate. So our PA announcer must have read the name wrong. It's actually Gustafson's over at first, pinch running right now. That's why he's up there. As Layton strikes out on 3 pitches.
Whew. Great comeback at bat there from Wankier, is able to establish fastball again.
At plate number 3, Nacho Price.
So Nacho Price now stands in with 2 outs.
Nacho Price, heck of a name right there.
That is a heck of a name right there.
Alex, who would you put on like the all-name team for for this tournament, man?
I think you're going to have to take charge on that one, Wilson. I'm not one to put an all-names team together.
I mean, Nacho Price has got to be up there for me for sure.
This one is squeezed in front of the mound, just going to crawl up the third baseline foul.
Not a bad idea there, going for the drag bunt from Nacho. Just needs to straighten that out a little bit more. That's great placement. Third baseman's nowhere near that thing. It's a single for sure if he straightens that out.
Easton Gustafson, the pinch runner over at first. Running for the catcher, J.C. Garza. The batter at the plate is Nacho Price. On deck is the top of the order, Jack Saba. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Good pitch.
So that's what Wankier's been going for with the curveball this whole time, right? Really trying to get it in on the ribs of that right-handed hitter. Just barely able to hit that inside corner. And that's a perfect location. If we can hit more of that, it'll be some trouble for Brighton here.
Fastball just missed the bottom half of the plate right there. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good eye there from Nacho.
I would have swung at that thing for sure. Glad I don't play baseball. I'm like just up here in the booth. 2-2 pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3.
Really?
As Charlie Wankier strikes him out.
Just up and in there on that inside corner. Looks like that might be a pitch that umpires will be giving to him all day. Loving that spot, and tough at bat there for Nacho.
1-0 is our score as we go to the top of inning number 3. Back after this word from UCCU on the Rewind Sports Network. Top of inning number 3 here at Miller Field. Alexander Timolip alongside Wilson Gustafson here at Larry H. Miller Field. All right, Wilson, we had a ball hit the roof last time. Time for our Riverton Chevy random roof ringer. What you got?
All righty, so what we got for this first one is, Bobby Richardson is the only player to win the World Series Finals MVP while playing for the losing team. He was part of the 1960s Yankees when they were defeated by the Pirates, but still took home the World Series MVP. Interesting. Must have been a heck of a series for Bobby there, man.
It must have been, because as Mawhinney, first pitch. There it is again.
Another
we have
one.
another one. We have another one in the first pitch of the third inning. So Wilson's going to have to dig back into his
back
his
into the
mountains and
archives.
back into the archives again. We'll have it here in just a second. Mawhinney's next pitch is grounded up the middle through the gap, base hit. And Josh Stoll, the leadoff man of the order, with a single to begin proceedings here in the top of the third inning. Wilson, what's your next one you got for us?
Alrighty, next one right here. The youngest player to ever play in an MLB baseball game was a left-handed pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds named Joe Nuxhall. He was 15 years and 316 days old when he played for the Reds on June 10th, 1944.
15 years old.
15. Shh.
What?
I'm not talking the guys out here,
I
man.
mean,
That's crazy.
That is insane. I was going to get back to that point about you saying about the player on the losing team gets MVP. Only once, and to this day, as this is tapped in front of the mound, when he goes to get it, throw to first, will retire Cade Phelps. Almost a sacrifice in disguise.
About to say a little makeshift sacrifice bunt, advance the runner, get him in scoring position. Not a bad at-bat right there.
But anyway, so I was going to go back to what you're saying. It's interesting you bring that up. Only one time it's happened in MLB. It's only happened once in the NBA, obviously, the great Jerry West. Won in a 1969 on the losing team. But in the NHL, it's happened 6 times.
6 times?
Yeah, more recently it was Connor McDavid against the Panthers last year. I mean, but Wilson, no offense to any of these players. I mean, they're great players, but I don't know. Are you of the opinion that if a team loses a championship, should the player from the losing team or the winning team get it? Of course, it's based on the best player that day, but should a player on the losing team be awarded that?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's the most valuable player, right? And usually, like, that's going to be someone who contributes to the win. That's like for me, that constitutes most valuable. But I mean, it depends. Like, if it's like a heck of a performance, right? Like, I want to do research on what Bobby was doing in this series. If they genuinely were the most valuable, if they're the only reason why the losing team was even in this series to begin with, I can see why a case could be made for that. But it would take a heck of a series.
Quite a performance. I mean, and if you look at the 6 players or the 7 players, I don't remember how many, but the 6 or 7 players that have won the Conn Smythe Trophy in the NHL as the most valuable player, it's the most valuable player to his team. Not in that just series, but it's throughout the entire playoffs. So I guess on the basis of if you're judging it off of that, then a case can be made for those players.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I think at that point, you just have to determine, like, is it most valuable player for this game, series, season, playoff
Correct.
run, right? Because this year, like, there are always going to be different narratives going to those awards.
This one grounded foul up the line by Jack Evans.
Interesting, just off the end of the bat there, he was way ahead of it, but took that pitch on the outside corner, just kind of fouled that thing off. Kind of an awkward hit there.
Jack Evans and Andrew Morgan, the catcher, and then Caden Lloyd, Max Rice, the next 3 in the order for the Olympus Titans. Mawhinney has a look back, 2-2 pitch, and trying to get Evans to reach right there, but he doesn't bite, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Missing outside there. Not a bad miss for sure. Good discipline there from Evans, able to not chase anything outside the zone. Get himself a better pitch here.
Runner on second. 1 out here in the top half of the third. The pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3.
Wow. And that's a great pitch there. Down in the zone.
And the pitcher's duel continues. Mawhinney now with his 6th. Charlie Wankier's got 3. And here comes Andrew Morgan, the catcher. Author of one of the 2 base hits for the Titans this afternoon. This one is swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Mawhinney's done an excellent job maintaining his composure, right? He's given up a couple of early hits in every inning, but from the stretch, nothing bothers him. He's able to lock in and has had some great at-bats here.
That one just missed the bottom half of the play right there. Probably had to snatch it up a couple of inches. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Top half of the third, 1-0 in favor of the 5A, defending 5A runners-up Brighton. 1-1. That one almost hit him. 2 balls and a strike here.
Up and in there.
I never liked those kind of pitchers, to be honest, but what do I know about the game of baseball?
I mean, it's never fun for sure.
No. Strike
Ooh.
2 is that one is swung on and missed on the bottom of the plate. That's probably why you throw that pitch up and in to begin with, Wilson.
Yeah, back him up a little bit. Well, especially if you can back him off the plate just a little bit and keep going for that outside corner. I mean, that's a recipe for a lot of either fouls off the end of the bat or swings and misses.
Right on cue.
Just like that.
Up the line it goes. Miles Layton, 3 unassisted to the bag. And that concludes matters in the top half of the third. 1 hit in the inning for the Olympus Titans. We go now to the bottom half of inning number 3. It remains 1-0 in favor of Brighton. Conclusion of this afternoon's game. Wilson and I will be selecting our choice for the Tab Bank Player of the Game. Tab Bank is a proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of UHSAA high school sports all season long. We are in the middle of a pitcher's duel here at Larry H. Miller Field. What a start this afternoon to the opening round of the 5A Baseball Championship. 1-0 in favor of Brighton. Alexander Timolip and Wilson Gustafson want to take this time to send a special shout out to our friend Dusty Litzter. Hopefully he's watching this broadcast, and hopefully this broadcast finds him well and his family. Send a shout out, of course, to Dusty and his wife Megan. We're thinking about him and his family. And
For real.
We were so glad, and let me tell you, Wilson, we were so glad to see him back in February earlier this year, doing that game again between Lehigh and Skyridge. And, you know, I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch the tribute that Skyridge put together for Dusty, but everyone should go back and watch that.
I mean, that's got to be something special.
Because it was amazing to see that tribute. And, you know, I think it just speaks volumes, Wilson, about the impact Dusty and Dane and Vince Francis and all the crew members here. They just had a tremendous impact on the growth and the promotion of high school sports here in the state.
Oh my gosh, I mean, absolutely. Like, I remember whenever I was first kind of getting involved with KSL Sports Rewind, and I was talking to my girlfriend. It's like, yeah, like, I mean, I was talking with Dusty Lister, and she's like, oh, like, with Dusty, like he's like a recognizable name, like he's that guy. Like, he's, like, I mean, like you said, he's like the grandfather of KSL Sports Rewind, of the promotion of high school sports. And what he does for these young athletes is truly something that we should really remember and be grateful for.
Yeah, it was such a difficult time last year, not having him there for the baseball championships, but we're carrying it on for him. 3-2 pitch is fisted foul. Up the right side, count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Been a great at-bat here from Wink here. Start off the at-bat with a couple of off-speed pitches, curveball slider action. Again, trying to use that curveball early, but it's been all fastballs from here on out.
3-2 pitch. Popped high in the air. Good luck seeing this one. Where is that thing? It's dropping fast. And the first baseman, Feltz, comes over and makes the play. On Jack Saba for the first out of the inning. Should point out, keep forgetting, Jack Saba, the 3-run walk-off home run in last year's semifinals to send the Brighton Bengals to the championship series. Of course, Michael Goodkind and his crew over there had the call for that. It was an amazing call. We had some amazing games over here as well, Wilson, last year. I mean, 6A was
my gosh,
incredible from start to finish.
I mean, that was a great tournament.
Wild finishes, too. I mean, we talk about, of course, the Lehigh Pioneers opening their title defense against Pleasant Grove. Shout out, of course, to my good friend from Pleasant Grove and former University of Hawaii pitcher Braden Marks, who was the number 2 pitcher in the state. This one is ripped on a couple of hops to the shortstop. Throw over to first is in time, and just like that, there are 2 gone. Here in the bottom half of inning number 3.
A good play there by...
Scored 6-3, the putout. Sorry there.
No, all good. Good play there by Dre Moreno out at short. Tough. Just got him right off the handle. for Beams, but good team play, able to gun him down. Always fun to watch.
So Riley Brown now stands in here, the third baseman. First pitch on the way is in on the hands for a strike. Both these pitchers just sailing along now.
Yeah, umpires been pretty generous there on that inside corner. Been calling a lot of that inside pitch.
How much you want to bet?
Oh, wow.
How much you want to bet?
Wow.
How much you want to bet they're all just cold out there, though? Lyle Mangum is the old. Shout out to Lyle Mangum, the home plate umpire. He's the only one who doesn't have a jacket on right now.
Man just read it. Man wants a break. Trying to get back into the dugout in the break room. Man, actually should put some sleeves on though.
It's not terribly cold today. Like we said, 52 degrees right now as that one bounces into the front row over there, down near the stairwell over there. Again, Lyle Mangum, the home plate umpire. He's the crew chief. Jacob Dunn up the line to first. And Bill Seivert up the line to third. 0-2 pitch. This one is lined into center field for a base hit. And a 2-out base knock for Riley Brown. And that will bring up Rivers Schmidt, who has the only RBI here in this game.
Some good hitting there by Brown. He was able to take it the opposite way. 2-strike pitch again. And also, it looked like it was still a little inside on him, which is tough in the cold, but able to muscle it into the outfield for leadoff for a base hit there, not a leadoff.
Nobody in the bullpen right now for Olympus. Nobody in the bullpen either for Brighton, so why not? This one bounces away from the catcher. And that's going to allow Brown to get to second base. And again, a runner in scoring position for Rivers Schmidt. We've seen this picture before.
True, we know what happened last time. Hit that ground ball just past short and was able to kind of get into that gap. Only RBI of the game so far.
Here's the pitch. This one is popped up to the right side. And Feltz comes over, makes the grab. And that concludes matters here in the inning. One runner left for the Brighton Bengals. They can't get it across. Way back after this word from Tab Bank. It's 1-0 Brighton as we head to the top of the fourth here at Miller Field.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Thank you to Tab Bank for their sponsorship of the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of high school baseball. It's the home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% APY on your account balance and 1% cash back on all eligible purchases. Boy, they pay me to speak for a living. Great rewards, though, are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking is available with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no fees whatsoever on your account. It truly is a big deal. Tab Bank, member FDIC, proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind. Alexander Timolip, Wilson Gustafson, top half of the fourth. Josh Mawhinney's first pitch is up around the schnoz for ball one.
Lloyd got hit by a pitch his last at bat, so seeing if he can get anything going here to lead it off.
5, 6, 7 in the order for Olympus to start. This one on the outer corner for a strike.
Up and away. Great pitch there from Mawhinney. That's a tough one to hit if you're a righty.
This one is tap foul up the line. Cortland Feltz is the head coach for Olympus in his 7th year. And Mark Cleven, the former MLB player. This one bounces into the Brighton dugout off the railing. He's in his 7th year. So, Wilson, that's what stands out to me the most about these two, about all 8 of these teams. As Mawhinney brings down the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Good mix up there from Mawhinney. He's been attacking the outside corner, then comes in with a little slider inside. Tough adjustment there, and Lloyd isn't quite able to catch up.
7th strikeout for Josh Mawhinney. Now up comes Max Rice. First pitch to him is on the outer corner, but it's a little bit low and away, ball one. That's what I was going to bring up, Wilson, is that all 8 of these teams, very experienced. A lot of upperclassmen, a lot of juniors and seniors, and a lot of returning players from teams that actually made it far into the tournament, including this Brighton team. That's, I think, what goes into this 5A tournament as well, is there's a lot of experience on all of these teams.
I mean, that's huge in high school sports, right? It's like experience, because you have leadership, right? Especially with like a lot of these younger guys, if you're going to have like some older guys in the dugout, in the locker room, who like whenever you're down in the count, whenever you're down in the game, are able to keep you guys up, right? Keep things engaged, keep everyone locked in. Like, I mean, that's huge, and that goes a long way in these kinds of tournaments.
Especially in a lot of high-stress tournaments like this one.
I mean, this is the tournament.
I mean, you're right. This is the stage. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball on a couple of chops. Charging is the shortstop. Saba throw to first. A little bit off the bag, but they get him.
Good play and a good stretch there.
Very good stretch right there by Miles Layton. And there's 2 out, just like that. Layton, of course, going to the Air Force Academy. And he also will be serving a mission in Tahiti, French-speaking.
Tahiti.
That's right. He will be serving in Tahiti. He, of course, postponed his congressional deployment. And so he will be serving his mission after he graduates, and he will return in 2027. Which means, of course, he will be facing the University of Hawaii, who will enter the Mountain West Conference in 2027 as a full sports member for the first time. And 2027, of course, will be the first year Hawaii will be a member of the conference.
Hey, that's awesome for Hawaii, man.
I appreciate you actually considering the part of even thanking me for that. By the way, shout out to Rich Hill and the boys making it into the Big West tournament yesterday. The last team in with a statement.
Is this for baseball? Ooh.
It sure is. There's a strikeout right there for Josh as Jackson Vandernacker goes down. 8 strikeouts for Josh Mawhinney. These 2 pitchers putting on a show. You're going to have to postpone that thought there, Wilson. We're going to have to bring that back around here when we come back. After this word from Riverton Chevy, it remains 1-0. We go to the bottom of the 4th. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Officially the halfway point of this game. 1-0 in favor of the Brighton Bengals. Alexander Timlip, Wilson Gustafson here at the Cy and Betty Kimball broadcast booth here at Miller Park. And Wilson, just to jump back on the point we were saying before break, yes, it is in baseball, and actually was going to bring up the score before that strikeout. Hawaii needed a win to get, and you know, of course, how BYU needed to win 2 of their 3 games to get into the Big 12
against
tournament.
Texas Tech,
Yep, congratulations to Trent Pratt and the boys. They took care of business, took the first 2 games, despite losing on senior day.
Which was unfortunate.
Which is unfortunate, obviously, but, you know, they still got in, so that's an accomplishment. And Hawaii, they needed to win on senior day, and they beat UC San Diego. As this one is chopped off the end of the bat to short. Long throw over to first, and they get him by a step. What a play. 6-3 the put out.
Draymond was looking smooth out there at short today. He made a couple of nifty plays. Long throw there, was able to gun him down. Love to see it.
So bring up Easton Fry, the number 3 man in the entire state for home runs. He's got 12 this year. But anyway, Hawaii defeating UCSD yesterday 13-2. And if anybody
13-2, that's commanding. They wanted it.
I mean, as this Fry laces one into right field, going toward the gap, that's going to be trouble. Off the facade of Gary Pullins out there. Now it's going to third, and Fry easily gets over to third with a stand-up 1-out triple.
I mean, that was just a rip. It was a great piece of hitting. Curveball there in the outside corner, able to take it to the opposite field, right there in the gap. I mean, that's just, you loved it. That's just a pretty hit right there. Not much more.
So it wasn't a home run, but it works all the same for Easton Fry, the center fielder. And now here comes J.C. Garza to the plate with 1 out. Wankier's first pitch is in the dirt, wide, ball 1. That bobble, by the way, by the center fielder, Caden Lloyd, is charged to him as an E8, which allowed Fry to get over there for the triple. 1-0 pitch. And again, this gets away. Throw to the plate. This is going to be close. And he is safe. Wankier did not get the tag down on him. It looked like he missed.
Just barely whiffed on that tag. Timing was there. I mean, that was a risky send, but third base coach. But Wankier just didn't quite get the tag there and was able to slide under it. Great base running.
And that's a big insurance run for the Brighton Bengals. It's now 2-0. As this one is ripped into left field. And on a line, caught. Moore had trouble tracking it out there left, but it was right at him, and there's 2 gone.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the wind played a bit of a factor there, because it looked like Garza originally took that first step back, but it looks like he was going to die. Who knows, maybe had a little less carry, might have dropped right in front of him, but unfortunately for him, it did not.
Air Force commit Miles Layton now steps up, the first baseman. 2-love in favor of the Bengals. 1-0 pitch. High and inside, 2-0. Nobody in the bullpen yet for the Titans. And no one in the bullpen, obviously, for Brighton. I mean, Winnie's at 8 strikeouts, so you just assume they're probably going to let him go as far as they can for that pitch count limit. 2-0, right on the letters, first strike.
I mean, it's a solid pitch there. Surprised Layton didn't at least give it a check swing, 2-0 count. You assume he's going to be up there to hit, but didn't like what he saw.
2-1, ripped down the line. That's going to be trouble, and it is! Off the Big 12 logo out there and left. Fired back in, and Miles Layton coasts into second with a 2-out double as he gives the salute to his teammates in the dugout.
Looked like a bit of a mistake there from Wankier. Gave him that inside fastball, and Layton was right there on top of it. Takes advantage, just lined that one down the line. Great hitting there, and could spell a bit of trouble.
So finally some traffic on the base paths for the Bengals. Now Nacho Price steps up, to be followed by Jack Saba, top of the order, as Wankier's first pitch is left outside and high, ball 1. 1 run has come across to score on just 1 base hit. That was the triple by Easton Fry. 1 error in the inning on the bobble charge to Caden Lloyd, the center fielder. 1-0. Ground ball foul.
Looks like the velocity is starting to dip just a little bit here from Wankier, as a lot of these Brighton Tigers are ahead of the ball, hitting it deep out to left or fouling over to the left side of the field.
And they've been getting some solid contact too, Wilson. I mean, that's the other thing. The Brighton's starting to get some real solid contact.
Yeah, barreling it up.
These pitches. 1-1 pitch. Example A. There's a base hit to left. Layton's going to be sent home by Cleveland. The throw is cut off. And another big insurance run on the RBI single for Nacho Price. And it is 3-0 Brighton.
Again, just like we were saying, like another just barreled up line drive to left field. That velocity started to dip just a little bit, and Brighton, who's been used to, who's having to take it to the opposite field earlier, is able to take advantage and pull the ball. And that might spell trouble here for Olympus.
So 3-0, first multi-run inning of the day for the Bengals. First pitch is in the carpet, ball 1. And now you do start to wonder if head coach Cortland Feltz might think about getting somebody up in the bullpen here and try to stop the bleeding just a little bit. It's not out of hand, but a 3-0 game at a pitcher's duel feels like almost a death sentence. It's ground ball to third, long throw to first in time. That retires the side, but the Brighton Bengals do their damage, and they do so with authority. 2 runs come across to score on 3 base hits, 1 error charged, and there is 1 man left on base. We now head to the top of inning number 5, 3-0 in favor of the Bengals here at Miller Field. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Cy and Betty Kimball broadcast booth on the campus of BYU. Brighton now leads 3-0 in this opening round matchup of bracket play in the 5A Baseball State Championships. Our coverage on KSL Sports Rewind is presented by Tab Bank, the home, of course, of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account, with great rewards and no hidden fees. It truly is a big deal. From Tab Bank, member FDIC. Josh Mawhinney back to work, and the squeeze bunt attempt back spins foul. Unfortunate break right there for Josh Moore, the left fielder. That was perfect.
Yeah, interesting. Moore trying to go down that right base side. A lot of times we're trying to drag bunt and get on base. You're going to go over to the left and try and catch that third baseman off guard, but didn't quite land for him.
This one is grounded through the right side and a base hit. And a leadoff single for Josh Moore and a big-time hit at that. And something the Titans desperately needed against Josh Maweni, who has been unstoppable here. 8 strikeouts on 61 pitches coming into this inning. 8-9-1, the order here at the beginning of the 5th inning. Dre Moreno now comes in.
Yeah, some good work by Moore. They're able to put it to the opposite field. And it looks like Olympus is trying to play a little small ball here. Lots of bunting, trying to advance the runner. You love to see it, and you do what you got to do in these tight games, these tournament games.
Little Rich Hill action coming into play. Of course, Rich, shout out to him. A lot of analytics, a lot of small ball play, a lot of gutsy calls. 0-1 pitch is bunted in front of the mound. Yep. This is going to be a tough play. Throw over to first is bobbled. They did not trap it. The runner is safe.
And hey, that's all you need sometimes. You just got to put the ball in play. Good things are going to happen, just like we saw right there.
And just like that, 2 runners are aboard. And Josh Stoll now comes to the plate, and he represents the tying run. Remember, folks, we saw a lot of this late inning drama last year in both state tournaments. After the 5th inning, things tend to get a little sideways as the first pitch is popped up high in the air into center. And the infield fly rule is called by home plate umpire Lyle Mangum. And the ball is caught for the out by shortstop Jack Saba.
And Stoll's a little frustrated right there just because that's the pitch you want to see, right? Inside, fastball. If you can pull that or if you can barrel that thing up, that's a double in the gap, and that's scoring 2.
That's the first infield fly rule call I think we've had in our entire tenure here, you and I. Even Ty, I don't think we had an IFF call last year either. That's the first infield fly rule call we've had.
It's always a fun rule to try and explain to people who aren't super familiar with baseball.
This one barreled into center field and caught on a line. They're going to get 2. They double up the players. And the base running takes Olympus's rally off the board. Score it F8-6. Double play. And the Bengals get out of the jam. The Titans get nothing out of the rally. They're still down 3-0.
Now, Alex, if it's okay, could I give a little analysis there on that last play?
Of course you can. Alexander Timolip, Wilson Gustafson back here in Miller Field for the obligatory 5th inning stretch, not the 7th inning stretch here in Miller Field. So Wilson, F8-6 officially called on that double play. When it's going your way, it's going your way.
No, it's sure. And that's not the most common double play we'll ever see. But with your other runner on second, you see that ball in the air with 1 out. You've got to freeze. Obviously, it's on a line. It looked like he thought it was going to drop. Clearly, it didn't. But still, right there, you got to freeze. I don't know if that was coaching or just a slip of the mind there. But good on Brighton for being able to take advantage there and get themselves out of a tricky jam.
That was the first time Olympus had multiple base runners on base all day. 1 strike to count, and the pitch is outside from Charlie Wank here, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with Case Beams, the right fielder. 2-3-4, the heart of the order coming up for Mark Cleveland's Bengals. Beams fouls this one right back to the screen.
And he grounded out to short his last at bat. See if he can maybe find something in the outfield here.
On deck stands Riley Brown, and the hole is River Schmidt. And now we do have movement in the bullpen for Olympus. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The 6th strikeout of the day for Charlie Wank here. There's the bullpen. And it's a lefty up in the bullpen for Olympus. Looks like it's Nate Jones.
Yeah, good comeback pitch from Wankier there. able to keep himself in that at-bat and is able to sit him down for leadoff strikeout.
So Riley Brown here to begin proceedings against Charlie Wankier. 1 out. That one is a curveball right at the letters for a strike.
And that's what Wankier's been trying to do all day long, is establish that early curveball, that early off speed, and he was able to nail it right there. Surprised that Brighton isn't starting to look for that just a little bit more.
0-1 pitch.
Oh, there it is.
Fly ball, deep left field. Back to the track. That ball is off the wall. Past the Nico's Pizza sign out there in center field.
And you can't hang 2 curveballs right in front of Riley Brown. 3-hole hitter, you can't be doing that. He got away with it on that first pitch. He's been trying to do that all day. But back-to-back, same speed curveballs, you can't be doing that. Riley Brown obviously sees it, takes advantage, hits it right into the gap for a double.
And that ball was about 5 paces away from leaving the field. But the wind just died just enough to keep it in the ballpark for the double by Riley Brown. And so here comes River Schmidt, the designated hitter, and he takes strike 1 right at the knees. Again, Nate Jones, the left-hander, up in the bullpen for the Olympus Titans. You'd have to think if this run comes in to score, Wankier might be done as Schmidt swings and misses on the inner half of the plate for strike 2.
Down 0-2 though for Schmidt. Gonna have to choke up a little bit here. Puts on the play. I wonder if Wankier's gonna try and go for the curveball, but we saw what just happened.
I bet you he goes high fastball here. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, back up the middle, base hit. And Schmidt with a second RBI of the day as Brown comes around from third to score. And it is 4-0 for the Bengals here this afternoon. Cooper Scott now steps up to the plate.
Grounded out to short his last at bat. We'll see what he's able to do here.
Wankier's first pitch is on the corner, but just off the plate, ball 1.
Yeah, Wankier hasn't gone for off speed since he gave that double. What if you're just gonna try and ride the fastball out here for the rest of the inning?
1-0 pitch.
Oh,
That one gets the call, strike 1.
little slide on the outside corner. Great location.
1-1 the count, 1 out. We're just past 1 o'clock here this afternoon, local time here in Provo. Check throw back to first, and diving back in safely is Schmidt. Schmidt has 2 base hits on 3 opportunities, 2 RBIs today. He has 2 of the 4. Wankier's next pitch is ripped into right, base hit. Turning and stopping at second is Schmidt. They'll put the stop sign up. And the 9th hit of the day for the Brighton Bengals. And there's runners on first and second now with 1 out here in the 5th.
I mean, good play out there by Max Rice, able to keep the runner at second, keep him from advancing. But that's got to be frustrating for Wankier, right? Weak contact to the opposite side, but just is barely able to drop in for a base hit.
So here comes the dangerous Easton Fry. First pitch. Barreled into left center. Look out. That's going to be deep trouble. 1 run will score. Here comes the second. Turning and running for third is Fry. He's going to get there out of the throw with a 2-run triple. His second of the day. It is 6-0 Brighton.
Whew. And it looks like Wakier's going to be done. It's been a tough last couple at-bats. The velocity's been dipping, been hanging a lot of his breaking balls right over the plate. A great outing for sure, but Brighton has just been taking advantage.
So after just 1 run in the first, 2 in the 4th, 3 in this inning for the Brighton Bengals, and that is going to do it for Charlie Wankier. He goes 5 1/3, 6 runs on 10 hits given up. He will be responsible for Easton Fry at third, and Nate Jones will take over. We'll be back after this word from UCCU on the Rewind Sports Network. The Bengals pulling away here at Miller Park. Welcome back, everyone, to Miller Field. And it is now or never for the Olympus Titans, now down 6-0 as Nate Jones comes in trying to stop the bleeding here in this bottom half of the 5th. Rivers Schmidt got the rally kick-started with an RBI single, and then Easton Fry a 2-run triple, his second triple of the day. And it is now 6-0 in favor of the Bengals. Fry remains on third. Charlie Wankier done after 5 1/3 innings. And as you said, Wilson Gustafson joining me, Alexander Timberlake, toward the end of his tenure on the mound, it did seem like his velocity was starting to dip, and Brighton was getting a lot more of the barrel on the end of the ball.
No, it's true. Early on in the game, you can see Wankier, just like what Winnie's been doing so effectively this game, was trying to attack that outside corner, trying to catch hitters, get him late in the ball, lots of swings and misses. But as the game went on, as just the fatigue started to set in, that the velocity started to dip, and those pitches that were getting fouled off over to the right side of the field ended up getting barreled up and taken into that left center gap. Jones should be a bit of a mix-up here, though. Bringing in the lefty. Get to see that switches up Brighton's approach here.
First pitch on the way is away, ball 1. Remember, Easton Fry at third. Wankier is responsible for the runner at third. If he scores, it will be charged to him. As Nate Jones just trying to stop the bleeding here. This one is barreled right back to the screen.
5 1/3 innings for Wankier. 6 earned runs on 10 hits.
Yeah, but still, 6 strikeouts on his ledger. I mean, a very impressive performance, but
when he was on for sure.
He really was, yes.
Just later on, just as that fatigue started to set in, he was really struggling with that breaking ball. Hung it a lot over location, was struggling just a little bit. And his fastball still had some ride, but just needed to really stay dialed in there. Got roughed up that last inning.
That one is way outside. 3 balls and a strike. And probably not the worst thing if they lose the batter here, because that would set up the double play ball.
True.
Miles Layton on deck. Nacho Price in the hole. 3-1 pitch. High pop-up. Good luck seeing this. Where is this going? Lloyd out there in center field. That might be deep enough to score the run. Here comes Fry. Throw is cut off. He will score. And touchdown Brighton. They now lead 7-0. The 4th run of the inning.
That's all I need right there from Gar's little sack fly into center, just deep enough. Able to score Fry.
In this last 2 innings for the Bengals, they have 6 runs now on 7 base hits, 6 base hits after they had 1 and 4, respectively, through the first 3 innings. Layton tip fouls that one into the catcher's mitt. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-run triple by Fry, sac fly by Garza, and the single by Schmidt. The 4 runs in this inning. That one misses the corner low. 2 balls and a strike.
Looks like Jones is really trying to establish with his fastball here. He's doing a pretty good job. Able to get that fly out that last at bat.
2-1 pitch in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Reminder, our next game coming up, the Salem Hills Skyhawks, the 19 seed, taking on the Orem Tigers, the local team. Or I guess as local as you can get. I say that tongue-in-cheek as Layton takes ball 4 away.
Yeah, still trying to dial with the command here.
Is it in the vicinity, though? Am I allowed to say it's the local team? Because
I would say
the local team I know is Provo or Timpview. I know that, but I still consider the Orem teams local. Like,
well,
am I get away with that?
Is Provo or Timpview in this tournament?
Oh, you really went there, didn't you?
Well, because if
you really went there, didn't you? This one has popped straight up into the air to the right side and squeezed out there by the right fielder, Rice. And that will end the inning, but the damage is done. 4 on 4 base hits for the Brighton Bengals in the inning. They're up a touchdown now, 7-0, as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. And I'll give Wilson. Had to restart the stream there for a second. Sorry, folks. Alexander Timolip alongside Wilson Gustafson here at Larry H. Miller Field. Wilson, there's the story of the game. The 2 crooked numbers in the 4th and 5th innings.
Yep.
Brighton really starting to show their Powerball style here, and starting to show their Powerball style here in the late innings.
Well, and I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of contact, right? They're trying really hard just to put the ball in play, And it's been working out for their benefit, right? Just like bat-to-ball skills, not trying to hit home runs, right? But just putting the ball in play, getting runners on base, knocking them in. Just good fashion, old-school baseball. Love to see it.
Jack Evans now stands in as this one is down and away, ball 1. Josh Mawhinney still out there for the top of the 6th inning.
And he's been dialed. The command is still looking great. Got into a bit of a jam that last inning, but defense was able to help him out.
Strike called over the inner half. Our next game, Salem Hills against Orem, coming up at 2 o'clock or 30 minutes after this game concludes, whichever comes first. 1-1 pitch.
Oh.
Right on cue, Wilson. You jinxed it again.
I was going to say.
You carry over from Ty very well there.
Well, I was going to say that Mawhinney's been really dialed in on that inside corner. He's been getting that call a lot, but messed up just a little bit inside there.
Yeah, slightly. Oh, dear.
Lead our front for Mawhinney. Never want to quite see that, but
yeah.
See if we can get himself a double play here.
Well, things have been going the way of the Bengals this afternoon, so it wouldn't surprise us, if any at all, if they did. Pitch on the way is a bunt up the third baseline, foul.
Love what we're seeing from Olympus, though, really. And we've seen this all day. Lots of small ball, bunting, advancing the runner, right? You do what you got to do in these types of tournaments.
Andrew Morgan, the catcher now at the plate. Caden Lloyd, Max Rice up next after him. When he has a look back at first. 0-1 pitch on the way is a strike down the heart of the plate. 8 strikeouts, by the way, on the day for Josh Mawhinney, making it very difficult for Wilson and I to pick who's going to be the tap bank player of the game.
It's true. Yeah, Brighton's had a couple MVPs
pitch.
out there.
Goodbye. Strikeout number 9 for Josh Mawhinney. He is putting on a show this afternoon.
Still got the shutout going, too. Excellent work out there. Chasing right out of the zone.
I was going to say something about not jinxing it, but I shall withhold comment. Ball 1.
It's true. Got to love the classic announcers jinx, man.
I don't know. I don't know if you'd be on the same level as Ty, though. That's the question. Ty is on a different level when it comes to announcers' curses.
He seemed to have a knack for it, man.
More the bad than the good last year when we were doing games. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 runner on here in the top of the 6th. This one is up high around the eyes, 2-1.
Yeah, Mawhinney's location hasn't quite been as dialed as it used to be. He seemed to be working on that outside corner a lot earlier in the game. Now he's going all over the strike zone, trying to pepper the edges here. Missed up just there, but has done a really good job.
Right down the heart of the plate. Strike
part.
2. Nobody up in the bullpen right now for the Brighton Bengals. Wouldn't surprise me, given the fact that Mawhinney has done as good a job as he is doing right now. 2-2 pitch. High pop-up into center field. 3 white shirts coming around. 4 white shirts, actually. Who's got this? Center fielder says, I've got it, Easton Fry. And there's 2 gone.
Good defense with that. Those balls at no man's land can always be a little bit tricky, but I mean, what you're talking here is right. Like center fielder is going to have priorities coming. He's got a better angle on the ball, and so I'll get on the second and short there to respect the call and make the play. No errors there.
And it's always hard, too, when the wind is blowing as hard as it is on a day like this, especially when there's cloud cover as well. But the sunlight would make it especially more difficult as Max Rice takes a strike down the heart of the plate. Titans are running out of outs here. And if the Bengals score 3 more runs here in the bottom of the 6th, this game will end.
From Mawhinney, though.
Due to the mercy rule. 0-1 pitch is outside. Pitch out attempt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Outside of that pitch right there, I've loved seeing how Mawhinney's just been attacking the strike zone. He's not afraid to dare Olympus to take some swings. And, I mean, and they've been putting the ball in play, but has gotten a lot of hard hits. And Mawhinney's just still attacking the strike zone, not a lot of walks.
1-1 pitch. Down low in the dirt, trying to get Rice to chase. Doesn't bite, though. 2 balls and a strike. Again, our second game of the day, Salem Hills and Orem, is coming up in about approximately 45 minutes, maybe another 50 minutes from now. 2-1 pitch. And 3 balls and a strike. Mawhinney has not issued a base pass as of yet. This afternoon, he's in danger of issuing his first one.
See if he can come back here.
3-1. Ball 4. And the first walk issued of the day by Josh Mawhinney. And Olympus with 2 men on and 2 out.
He was just missing that outside corner there to that left. You don't know if it was a bit of a mix-up. He's been hitting that edge pretty well to righties, but just not quite there. First walk of the day. See if Mawhinney can dial in his control here.
Runner in scoring position, and he pours in a strike right at the knees. Olympus today with runners in scoring position 0 for 3. Brighton, by contrast, is 5 for 8. With runners in scoring position just scorching. Swing and a miss by Jackson Vandernacker. Strike 2. And Mawhinney 1 strike away from getting his 10th of the day.
And Vandernacker struck out his last at bat as well. Wasn't quite close. Was a little late on those last couple of pitches.
The 0-2 pitch. Had to snatch that up just a little bit off the plate right there, and Lyle Mangum did not give him the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not quite able to frame that one. Vandernacker with no gloves here on this cold day.
1-2 pitch. Tapped up the third base line. On a hop throw over to first. They did not get him.
Wow.
Riley Brown could not get the throw off cleanly. Looked like he bobbled it a bit. And for the first time today, the bags are full of black shirts with 2 out.
Yeah, and Brown was just a little, not sure what happened. Took a couple extra hops there. Seemed like he was taking his time to get that throw over. And a bang-bang play. Props to Vandernacker for hustling that one out.
First base umpire Jacob Dunn said no. So, here comes Josh Moore, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. So Josh Mawhinney in some serious heat. Bases loaded, 1 swing of the bat, and we could be on the verge of something spectacular here. Moore strikes. Moore swings and misses for strike 2. Mawhinney needs 1 more strike, and he's got 10.
0-2 count here. Wonder if he's going to try and go away.
0-2. Ground ball up the third baseline. Foul.
Whew.
Just foul.
Could have been some trouble for Brighton there if that thing is able to straighten out and get down the line. Could have been a double. Could have cleared the bases, but
if that
just
thing
a
gets,
few feet to the left.
Hey, if that thing gets down the line, that sucker is clearing the bags.
No, it's true.
That would have cleared everybody off the bags. Here we go again. Bases loaded. 0-2 the count. 2 out. 7-0. 0-2 pitch. Goodbye! 10 strikeouts for Josh Mawhinney. And the bases are left loaded.
No errors and 3 stranded runners.
What a day for Josh Mawhinney. 6 strong innings, 10 strikeouts, no runs. And the shutout is still intact. 7-0. Brighton dominating this afternoon. A beautiful look there at Y Mountain on the campus of BYU from Miller Field. Alexander Smolip alongside Wilson Gustafson. Josh Mawhinney, 10 strikeouts, no runs, 3 hits, and only 1 walk issued today. And it just shows you how good this Brighton team is. And Wilson, I told you, like, that right there, we were just talking about it off camera here. That shows you how good this Brighton team is, how good they come up with, and how clutch they are in those kind of situations. That's the second time we've seen that today, and they've gotten out of it.
When you were talking about it earlier, too, I mean, like, that's on experience, right? Like, when he was able to stay locked in, bases loaded, didn't panic, came right back in, got himself a strikeout, took advantage. Like, that's not something you can teach. That comes over time.
Nate Jones back to work, and he gets Jack Sawa to swing and miss. Again, if Brighton scores 3 more runs here in this bottom of the 6th inning, the game will end due to the 10-run rule. But Olympus doesn't want to have that happen. They want to have 1 more shot at it. This is tapped in front of the mound, swinging bunt. Jones throw over to first in time.
Woo. Good play there by Jones. Little turnaround. Can always be tricky coming off the mound there. But does it cleanly. Fires over to first. Good play.
Number 7, Case Beans.
So Case Beans, who was the #1 pitcher last year for the Brighton Bengals, Josh Mawhinney subverting him as the #1 this year and showing you why. 10 strikeouts this afternoon.
I'm sure Beams will get a couple innings here in this tournament, though, no doubt.
And there are plenty of arms up and down this lineup, I'm sure, for Mark Cleveland that will get some innings. We'll see Case Beams in this tournament. You'll see Miles Layton, of course. Layton, one of the more highly recruited pitchers coming out of Brighton. 0-1 pitch. This one is lined foul down the right field line and close to the temporary bleachers.
Just off the end there. Might be sticking the hands a little bit in the chill out here. Jones with a good pitch on the outside corner. Beam just a little bit late on it.
Charlie Wank here is in line for the loss. Josh Mawhinney is on line for the win this afternoon. This one misses the bottom half of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looked close. Not quite able to bring that one up.
It was close. We've seen a lot of close calls this afternoon from home plate umpire Lyle Mangum, the crew chief. 1-2 pitch. This one definitely not a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Looks like Mangum doesn't love calling that lower pitch, but has been really leaning towards that inside corner.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Aloha. Strike 3.
And there it is again.
There it is. You call
nailing
it right
that inside
cue.
corner right there.
Right on cue, Wilson.
Now playing 24, Randy Brown.
We did not watch practices this week now, folks. We did not do that. Again, Salem Hills and Orem is coming up. Supposed to be at 2 o'clock, but now it's 1:30, so we assume that the game likely going to begin sometime around 2:10 or 2:15 local time here in Provo. This one is lined to the right side, just foul. Riley Brown almost had another extra base hit right down the line.
True, had a double his last time up. See if we can make something happen again, get something started here.
It has been the middle of the order. River Schmidt, Easton Fry, Miles Layton doing the damage this afternoon for the Bengals. That changeup left high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Our other 2 games today, Viewmont will take on defending champ Maple Mountain, and then our nightcap is Spanish Forks Cypress. This one is lined to the left for a base hit. And the 11th base hit of the afternoon, this one bobbled, an aggressive turn by Brown. But he will hop back to first. This one gets by, and the throw down to second is not going to be made.
Hey, and that's some heads-up baseball right there, right? Loved how Brown, he was looking out there. Saw how left fielder bobbled it just a little bit, took that hard turn, and then right there again with shortstop bobbled that thing. Saw it immediately, took advantage. Now, next thing I got a runner in scoring position. Great base running there.
A second error of the day for the Olympus Titans, and now here comes River Schmidt, and he could really put the dagger into this one.
Seeing if Brighton can put together a little 2-out rally here. Trying to pad the lead.
Again, if they score 3 runs here in this bottom of the 6th, the game will be over. And all Nate Jones wants to do right now is get his offense a chance at the top of the 7th inning. We only had one run rule game in the entire 6A bracket last year. That was Mountain Ridge taking out Fremont 10-0. And the first game of the finals was also a run rule game, but that was not a bracket play game. So in bracket play last year, only 1 run rule game in 6A that we did. And in the finals, we had 1 run rule game. That was the 11-1 thrashing by the eventual champ Lehigh over Corner Canyon. I mean, you talk about just a buzzsaw Corner Canyon ran into.
I do remember that game. Yeah.
Last year in the finals. This one is lined into center field, going back toward the gap. That is off the glove of the center fielder. Brown will score. Schmidt will coast into second base. He's got his 3rd RBI of the day. It is 8-0 Bengals.
And Lloyd, as he was playing the ball, he shaded just a bit towards right, just enough so that right off the bat, he was really sprinting, booking it out there into that gap. Ball came just off his glove. That's a heartbreaker.
It goes down officially as a base hit, so the 12th hit of the day for Brighton, but all of them have come within the last 3 innings. So every inning in the middle inning, Brighton has scored. They had 2 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, and then their first here in the 6th, and now threatening to add more, as we're going to have a pinch runner here for Brighton. Looks like it's going to be Talon Smith. Talon Smith, actually, excuse me. Talon Smith goes out to run for Schmidt at second.
Cooper Scott up here had a single his last time up. Gonna see if we can keep the momentum going here. Been seeing a lot of hits to that left side of the field.
First pitch on the way is down low, ball 1. Runners in scoring position today. Brighton now officially 6 of 10. Olympus 0 for 5. Including that opportunity they had with the bags loaded. Mawhinney getting their 10th strikeout to end the inning. This one is grounded to third. Great diving stop, thrower to first, and it's off the bag.
Oh.
Jack Evans, great effort over there at third, but the throw yanked the first baseman off the bag.
I mean, great shot by Evans. Great effort, laying out, able to keep the runner at second, but didn't quite get up in time enough and kind of sailed that throw. Maybe if he tried to zip it over there, could have had time, but I think it would have beaten it out either way.
So the game-winning run is at first base now. And here comes Easton Fry, who has 2 triples.
Back-to-back triples.
On back-to-back at-bats, yes. Forgot to say that. This one is lined onto the roof, onto the tarp, and so that means it's time for another Riverton Chevy random roof ringer here.
Alex,
our third one of the day.
Alex, what would you...
We're running out of them already, and it's only our first game.
Alex, what would you do if he hit another triple right here?
If he hits another triple, then the game's over. That's it. I mean, that
enough.
would be it. The game will be over. Here's the pitch. And this one hit Easton Fry. Well, there goes that possibility.
So much for the triple right there.
Yes.
Missed opportunity.
And we're going to have a J.C. Garza come up to hit here.
That plays number 8, J.C. Garza.
Miles Layton now is on deck, but like I said, if the 2 runners come across to score, this game will be pow.
Quite the 2-out rally here that Brighton's putting up.
I mean, you talk about going for the kill. I mean, they're going in for the throat right here. They smell the blood. This one it does not get the call this time. Maybe just a little bit off the plate there. 1 ball, no strikes. And now Nate Jones walking very cautiously here. Just wants to give his team a chance in the 7th. 1-0 pitch. That one misses low again.
So not giving that low call right at the knees.
But they are, you can tell, Wilson, they are working very carefully.
Mm-hmm. I mean, bases loaded, 2 outs, right?
And the mercy rule winning run is on second, so you think they're going to be working very carefully. 2-0. Ground ball, foul. Whew. Off the end of the bat.
Good job by Jones there on the hitter's count.
Winner moves on to play tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. The loser will play tomorrow morning, our first game of the day, at 10. And that will be an elimination game. Kyle Garrison will have the call tomorrow. 2-1 pitch is line to right. Game over.
That's trouble.
1 run is in. Here comes the winning run. And that is the end of proceedings this afternoon. The Brighton Bengals laid down a serious statement as the Bengals pull away for a 10-0 run rule win. Wilson, that was an impressive closeout by the Brighton Bengals. They had 9 runs in the final 3 innings to shut it down this afternoon.
It's true. I mean, Charlie Wankir came out on the mound, right, and had a really, really, really solid first 3 innings. Had that one slip up early on in the first inning, but really dialed in. But then as fatigue started to set in a little bit, gave up a couple. Jones came in, tried to stop the bleeding, but ultimately, like, Brighton Tigers, their offense is legit. They do not mess around. They put the ball in play. They're disciplined. They don't chase, and they force pitchers to throw to them. And that's what happened today, and they took advantage.
How much do you think the sting of losing last year is fueling this team? Because, like, this team, as you said, they closed it out. 9 runs in the final 3 innings. I mean, they did not screw around this afternoon. They came out and they put their stamp on this game.
It's true. I mean, just like you said, right? Brighton has a lot of returners, right? They got a lot of seniors coming out here. It's their last chance. And exactly, like, they smell blood in the water. They knew what happened last year, and they want it. They want it bad, and they're proving that right now.
All right, let's take a look at our Tab Bank player of the game. We remind you, Tab Bank is the home of the Tab Bank Spending Rewards checking account with 3.5% APY on the account balance, 1% cash back. And convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualifications, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. A big deal for the biggest bank in the state. Member FDIC is Tab Bank. I mean, Wilson, a very difficult decision here this afternoon. Josh Mawhinney, 10 strikeouts, getting the win. I mean, you also look at River Schmidt, who had a 3 RBI day, 3 for 4.
Can't forget Easton Fry with the back-to-back triples.
I think we're going to have to go with Easton Fry in this case. 2 for 4 on the day, and 3 for 4 on the day, 2 triples. I mean, we could have picked anybody, but sorry to everybody else. Easton Fry's the one who kicked it off here this afternoon.
No, it's true. And I think, I mean, we cannot neglect Mawhinney and his performance today, right? I mean, lights out, complete game shutout, 4 hits, and 10 strikeouts. I mean, like, that's a masterclass. That's a gem. Was able to silence the Olympus bats today. But it's your Easton Fry getting things going in the clutch as well. Congrats to both of them. I mean, great games played. Love to see it.
Wilson, we're back like we never left, and we get to do it 3 more times today.
It's true. Yeah, don't go anywhere. Got the rest of the tournament coming up.
Salem Hills Arms coming up next in about 30 minutes or so. Stay tuned here on KSLSports.com for more 6A and 5A baseball. Turn over right now to KSLSports.com and look up the 6A baseball and 5A baseball and Spring Sports Championship streaming guide. More sports coming your way all day long here on KSLSports.com. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with the second game of our day. The final score here, Brighton 10, Olympus nothing. As the Bengals rule the Titans to start proceedings this afternoon. For Wilson Gustafson and Josh Dodge, Alexander Timlip saying goodbye and farewell from Provo. We'll be back in just a little bit.